Hey everybody, welcome back. Markus Graves back again with another reaction to Todd Mcfarlane's Spawn, this time to episode 5 of Season 1, Souls in the Balance. If you enjoy the upcoming video, please like, comment, share, or subscribe if you're so inclined. And now, let's get on into it.
Witnesses figured him for some kind of whacked out street preacher.
Did I say I was gonna kill anybody? Now, I may have done that. But I never said I was gonna kill anybody. Killing kids. You should have told him. No sirens! Holy shit!
Damn.
What is this world coming to?
Well, you stepped into the wrong alley.
If you like those hands, I'd suggest you put them in your pockets or your pants. Them out of my face!
Alright, kid.
Officer in pursuit. Request immediate backup.
Bottoms up, big guy.
Wow.
God. Officer down! Repeat, officer down!
Oh!
Try to blow me up, you son of a bitch! Where's who? Preacher friend. He was dragging a boy. Told you I want some goddamn answers and I want them right now.
Is this how you protect and serve? Who made you God, little man? I need a scarecrow. I want everyone to see what happens when they come here uninvited.
Now isn't this a delicious little situation?
I'm assuming it's about to happen now, but interesting that he went after the cop. I understand why he went after the cop, but did not help the boy. But I suppose he was dealing with his flashbacks and maybe?
Senator, are you saying that you will vote for the family relief bill today?
I mean, we see him dealing with it when he's sitting at the dumpster, but I don't remember them showing it when he was with the boy, or when the boy ran into him. So, are we to surmise that he was dealing with them when the boy showed up and that's why he didn't do anything? Or did he just simply choose not to do anything?
Stay out his alleys.
What about the preacher?
Red cloak.
Terry, come in.
Sir, without a lead, we're still shooting in the dark, so to speak. Cali Cartel. Both are linked to recent espionage attacks.
Chapel.
I don't like hiding in goddamn closets.
Well,
Yeah.
Isn't that the guy who married Al Simmons' wife?
so that
You know, he should thank me for freeing up a nice piece of ass like Wanda.
let's.
Not worried about the Boy Scout.
Terry's being monitored.
The Boy Scout.
Now what?
Internal data monitoring in D.C. suggests someone's been hacking into the files of several politicians.
Don't worry, I sanitized your political record. That lawyer, Wanda Blake?
She's got some ex-cop digging into deep evidence files.
Stay calm. Run for president.
Wanda Blake stirring up trouble.
Maybe Terry's rubbing off on her.
Play on words there. Maybe Terry's rubbing off on her.
Second, I need a pickup and delivery. A child. Nothing serious.
Call Senator McMillan and tell him that the problem we discussed is being resolved.
Like kidnapping your employee's baby.
A detail.
I always did like working for you.
What happened here? Who moved him?
None of us would touch him.
That's right, the man did say 2 of them. I was thinking he was just...
chance or leave them to hell alone.
Get out of my way, old man.
You're saving them 1 minute, then spitting on them the next.
I thought he was talking about Spawn and then the preacher say, oh, 2 of them, like 2 perps, but 2 Hellspawns
That little boy earlier.
that he encountered?
You could have done something.
Right.
He didn't ask for help.
He's mute.
His problem, not mine.
You have a purpose, Spawn.
See the way his things have been framed, his actions have been framed so far.
Quite some time now, actually.
Why?
I just love to see the children's faces when I'm with them. You like kids, don't you, Billy?
His actions have always seemed protective. Spawn, I mean, has always seemed protective. However, now, of course, showing this frames it differently now.
Released, we have confirmation that at least one officer has been killed at this point. Much opposition from both Republicans and Democrats.
Killed, Wanda's boy.
Ready, Cyan? Great catch, honey!
Like stealing your employee's baby.
Yes, I know Max Cavallo. Oh God, no. Not Max. For me. When did this happen? Cyan? Cyan!
All units, a report of a child kidnapping on the south side of Queens answers to the name of Cyan. Units are...
Cyan.
What are you gonna do? You gonna help get the kid back?
See, yeah, I was gonna put this for later, and I will still address it in the reviews. But framing the mute child with Cyan further develops what Spawn has been doing this entire time.
Drop him.
Nice shot.
The fuck was that?
The warrior is now free to pursue his personal mission, unfettered.
Oh, is this the clown?
Hello, little girl. Do you like Tutti Frutti?
I'd like for you to get the fuck away from me. Hey everybody, if you're enjoying the content, please consider heading on over to my Patreon page and becoming a patron. Not only will you be helping to support the channel, you'll also gain access to exclusive content and benefits. So, if you're so inclined, head on over to my Patreon page, the link is down below in the pinned comment, and become a patron. So, first things first, why not save the boy? Up to this point, Spawn's actions have been, I don't want to say have been conveyed. The ambiguous nature of their conveyance, like in certain, like the ambiguous dialogue, certain things such as that. Him knowing Gareb and all these cats here. Particularly Gareb, though. Him sparing Gareb. Oh, it's me, Gareb. Gareb? Yeah, man, it's me. He's like, what do you know about me? But so he's still irritable. He still goes after him and kind of lashes at him, but all of that gave an impression that him keeping the people out of the alleys was out of a sense of, or with the reporters. The reporters died, the reporter got killed by these cats, and then he killed the cats and everything like that, which started this whole thing with Tony and Wynn and all that bullshit. Gave the impression that he was doing it either out of protectiveness or in some sense of justice because of who it was. Because it was mobsters, because it was hitmen that were doing these things. But this one instance here reframes, I shouldn't say reframes, it clarifies all of that. Because now that you see that, and then you go back, you realize, you know what? His dialogue is ambiguous. Stay off these streets. I'm here now. You don't come to these alleyways. He says it in a manner that sounds protective, like, yeah, I'm the dude here. You ain't doing nothing here. Which is true, but not because of them, because of him. Because he's there. And I don't feel like dealing with nobody. I don't feel like dealing with this shit. So you back up off the alleys. Oh, you send overkill? Oh, okay, well guess what? I'm gonna do this now. The reporter that got killed, the people that killed him, simply because you're in proximity. it now clarifies his actions as his dealing with the situation here, his apathy towards it. Why didn't you save the boy? He didn't call for help. He's mute. Not my problem. His apathy towards the situation, his dismissiveness of it, now clarifies his previous actions as not protective, not empathetic, not, for lack of a better word, justice-seeking, but now as isolationistic, aggressively isolationistic, distancing, self-problem oriented, for lack of a better phrase. And by that I mean if it's something that has to deal with him, it becomes an issue. But anything that has nothing to do with him, anything that does not directly affect him, means nothing. And the framing of that also, not just the child and how he responds here in contrast with what he's done in previous episodes, but particularly Cyan. Because once Cyan is captured, now it's your problem. Because you love Wanda, that's Wanda's child. Now it's your issue. Now you want to do something about it. So having those two contrasted towards each other is not only showing, like I said, apathy and dismissiveness, but also showing that he is self-problem, self-issue focused. However, the fact that Cyan was captured seemed to have started to develop a sense of empathy. Like, well, if I'm going to go after this child and that child was kidnapped, well, so was this one as well. So it's his self-focused, his self-problem focused trait, which is still there, started to bleed over a little bit into empathy. So that he does save the child. But notice, he's waiting. The child, because they show a couple shots of the child looking back and you see his cloak flowing, and he does not do anything for a bit until the very last second when the child is in danger. And Cagliostro does make mentions of he finally made a decision, this and the other, so he's probably contemplative. The fact that he was there shows that he was contemplative of how am I going to work this. But it was Cyan. Cyan was the catalyst, like, okay, this child is in danger. It's probably this, that, and the other. Whatever empathy he would feel because it's Wanda's child, he now correlates it with this child that he did not save. So it's at least the kernels of empathy. We get a pretty definitive statement about Al's death from Chapel, that Terry should be happy because I freed him up so that Wanda could, so that he could have Wanda. So that he could have the opportunity to even be with Wanda, so we know what happened there. Wynn, as I mentioned before, didn't blush at the name of Al Simmons, which seem to indicate that he knows who Al Simmons is. Yes, he does. Probably was one of the ones that helped facilitate his death. If Chapel works for him, most likely so. And he calls Terry a Boy Scout, so definitively yes. Terry had nothing to do with Al's death. Probably was just an altruistic thing. I'm gonna look out for his girl. Ended up being something. Now, when the cops said there were two of them, and I was wondering, like, did he mean two hellspawns? And he's right, there was a hellspawn and a demon in the clown, who was the preacher. I was wondering, I'm like, was this somebody that he inhabited? Like, he took their skin and put it on? Or what was the case? But after the reaction ended, I went back to see, because I had that question and I wanted to write it down in my notes before I did this review. What did they say? Because I remember they were on Dispatch about the street preacher. But I couldn't remember. I'm like, did they say that they've known them before? And he says, who is this guy? Witnesses say he's some sort of street preacher. So he is nobody that anybody has seen before. So this was just a skin he put on to do this. You would imagine that this would not be the first time he's done it. He mentions to Kincaid that he likes kids too, hence him stealing the boy. So is this just a bit of fun for him? Or was this a distraction? And you know what? It had to be some sort of distraction because he took the cop down that Al put up and put him in the basket and kind of made him like a messenger of sorts. Now was that to be a distraction so that nobody would be looking for Cyan? Because that's the other thing. He gave Kincaid, I mean, and that's only a possibility. I'm not sure. I'm not really hot on that idea or that thought process, but it was just something that came to my mind. He gives Kincaid, says, hey, come here over town. You want to come to a party? Over here, fresh meat, and what a sweet treat, or something that the note said. Of course, he sent him to where Cyan is. Killed the Winds guy, or whoever he got to do it. He killed that dude, and is with Cyan now. How did the clown know? How is he privy to that information? Which just kind of furthered my theory about how connected. We know Wynn is connected to the underworld of Earth. Is he connected to the underworld? But then why kill the dude that was holding him? I guess maybe because he's not in on it. You could argue he's just not in on the loop, so I'm going to kill him and Kincaid is going to be there right here. But however it was, the clown knew that information. And it could just be the fact because he's a supernatural being that he's privy to the clandestine evil things that people are doing. Oh, and quick thing before I leave. Chapel and Wynn talking about the South American project. Wonder if that's just a bit of backstory, if that's gonna come to light with something. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe if you're so inclined. Check out my channel for all my other content that I have on there, my short films, reactions, reviews, breakdowns, all that good stuff that's on there, and much, much more to come. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.